guy's got the right idea.
Hello and welcome again for another 6th scale review. Today we're going to be talking about, as you might pick by the look of that, Deadpool.
Damn straight.
Here he is. Now, if you're a fan of Deadpool, this is an absolute must. But if you're a fan of collectibles where you get extras, this one's another one for you as well, because the amount of extras that you get with him is really classy on what Sideshow have done with adding extras to this 6th scale figure. Now we'll start with the boring stuff first, and that's just his stand. Pretty simple, basic stand he comes with. Bit of a printed pattern of metal plating there, but very, very stock standard. And this is what he sits on. Now, this 6th scale figure comes with these little creatures here, and no, it's not an antenna to get better reception on your TV. They've come with some little speech bubbles. They look very cartoony. They look the part, and what you do with them is you sort of stick that behind him, and when he's standing there posed, you can have your speech bubbles in like that. And here's the second one. So you've got a bluish grey sort of one and a yellow one. So you stick them in like that. And there, you put that behind him. And then you can sort of have him sort of saying certain stuff in the speech bubbles, which brings me to this. This comes with it as well. So you got all the little Deadpool sayings there, and a couple of facial stickers there. Pretty cool. It's not probably something that I'll use when I'm displaying him, but like I said, man, I'm never gonna hassle extras, because the more extras, the better. So that's quite cool if you'd want to go that way inclined and just have those speech bubbles behind him saying something, or you can probably get a water-based texture or something and write your own stuff on there. But that's pretty cool. So that's him just posing there as normal. We'll bring him in and have a bit of a closer look. Now he's got a mountain of pouches all around his legs there, his waist, big pouches, small pouches. You can see more pouches up here. Now you can take all of them off if you want, and you can place them wherever you please. But he does look pretty awesome with all of his gear on. You can see his shoulder guards there, and he's got a little zip in there for his suit, as well as his Deadpool logo on his belt and his guns, his holster there, as well as his boots as well. So the amount of detail in him is just extraordinary. Sideshow have done a real cracker job with him. And there's his head. That's just his normal head. He does come with a gesturing head as well, which I'll show you in a minute. But as you can see, he looks awesome, and he's kitted out with heaps of gear as well that's on him. So very, very impressed with how much they've stocked this collectible up with extras. So, without further ado, let's get into the extras.
This guy's got the right idea.
Now, also he comes with 8 different sets of hands. So he's got a big bunch of hands there. Mainly, a lot of them are for holding his weapons. But he's got a couple of gesturing hands as well. I'll just show you a couple of his weapon hands. There's one. As well as the fist hand. But I'll get to the gesturing hands. Right? We've got a thumbs up. An A-OK. And a peace sign. Peace or up yours. So with Deadpool, you know how cheeky he can be, and he can be a bit of a rascal. So those little hands there, gesturing hands, as well as the second head that you get with him, with that sort of expression, look on his face, as if to say, what the hell? Or I don't know really, but it's a weird sort of, maybe a wink or an eye lift or something. So that really matches his personality, the look of his face on that one, as well as his gesturing hands as well, which is pretty cool. I like that. And as you can see with his face on this one, it's very standard. He's just looking forward. No real expression there, which is good. He also comes with some grenades.
Damn straight.
With his sort of face on him. There. Well detailed. They look good. And they can clip onto his belt. So you can clip them on anywhere on his strapping around his body. Another thing is his knife. He comes with this awesome little knife. And that, again, you can strap that anywhere on his body, on those straps around his legs, up on his chest. So that's cool. As well as another cool addition, the swords. They're fairly long swords. They're pretty cool. They've got good detail on them for, you know, ninja looking swords. And there. Now they're plastic, nothing metal about them, but they look good. And they come on their, like, you can attach them onto his back as well. By that there, they just go on his back. But I'll pose him up on a few poses and show you. But once you pose him up with all these, because you got heaps of options on how you wanted to pose him, with guns, with his guns, his swords, his knife, his bombs. It's, oh geez, it's endless. You can spend hours just stuffing around trying to work out your pose. Now there's his gun. Pretty awesome looking gun. It's quite big, as you can see. It's quite massive on him. And a lot of detail on there. You can see with the little bit of silver paint that it's well used. Looks a bit scuffy. It's got his massive silencer on it. Pretty cool looking gun. Well, with the sort of the machine gun, he's got a couple of hand pistols too. right there in his holster. So we can pull them out and you can have a closer look at them. Like, they've really, Sideshow have done a great job in decking him out with all this gear. Because you can deck him out on some poses and you'll have heaps of gear just, you know, stored away that you don't need. So you can keep on posing him any which way forever. And there's his handguns with his like logo on there. Pretty cool looking guns. They're not small by any stretch, as you can see on his hand there. They are quite big. Pretty cool looking guns. What's that?
Is a beautiful thing.
Alright, so with all of his weapons, his swords, knives, his guns, as well as his big machine gun there. And plus his bombs, you can throw so much stuff on him and just fill him up with all sorts of gear. But if we pose him like that, I'll see if I can... I'll get his guns and we'll just slip them in there. Oh, that's... Is that his gun hand? No, that's his sword hand. Alright. If you so please, Deadpool, we'll deck you out with some swords. So his swords fit nicely in there. And this is just a rough sort of pose here. I might swap his head out. So his head just comes off like that. And there's a closer look at that. Like very stock standard, just looking forward. Pretty cool. And this is his gesturing head. So that just slips on the top there. Easy peasy Japanesey. And you got these pouches. So there you go. Like I said, with his guns and everything, you can stick his guns back in these holsters there. There, just clip them on. And put another gun in there. There. That's the little magnet there. And there you go. You can also put his grenades. You can put his grenades in right there. Put one there. And where's the other one? We can put the other one down here on his leg like that. So you can stick them absolutely anywhere you please. You can put the swords on his back, so then you can have him holding all of his guns. But what I'll do now is I'll pose him. We'll get some different poses out of him with guns, hand gestures, and all of that. And you'll see him. He'll look pretty goddamn awesome. But I have to admit, Sideshow have done a really great job with him. He looks spot on. The amount of extras you get is impressive. And as well as the detail, the paintwork, and just all about the bulk of him is just awesome. Yeah, love it. A very good addition to the collection for sure. All right, what do you reckon, Deadpool? Shall we put you in some poses?
Hey! Yeah, you!
I don't want to.
Oh, and what else I forgot to mention was he also comes with a heap of these little hand clips, like a big bundle of those hand clips too. And I suppose that you can never have enough of them because you never know when you're going to need them. So that comes in handy as well. But they've really thought about looking after the customer with this 6-scale figure, with detail, extras, and yeah, it makes for one happy customer. So Sideshow, thumbs up. That's not thumbs up. Yeah, that's better, Deadpool.
Life is an endless series of train wrecks with only brief commercial-like breaks of happiness.